Boom Jams! Hello everybody, and welcome to the Slab Lounge, hosted by the three Kwamis, Doug and Mad Hen, Kevin Bradley, and of course, Robert Haywood. Slab Lounge is brought to you by Launch the Hipster, because that was the first game ever published by Mad Hen Games, and I completely forgot that I put that ad in this upcoming Wii footage. And by, I guess, Dynasty Warriors 4, because that's the P footage. So, that said, welcome to Anime Debate Part 3 Nemesis, wherein we were talking about Vampire Hunter D in Anime Debate Part 2 Return of Jafar. Unfortunately, the end of that couldn't be captured because I forgot to hit the record button. That's it. Yes, I know. It's very difficult to hit the fuck. Wait, I'm gonna make sure I'm recording. So that said, one thing that Bobbert kind of did something. See, beforehand, when it was me and Captain K. We were waiting on Robert to join in for the Slab Lounge. We were watching last week tonight with John Oliver when he was basically talking shit on the Da Vinci Code. So then Bobbert decides to chime in saying, hey, what if Vampire Hunter D Da Vinci Code? And I was just going to dismiss it, but then I started to really think, what if that hand thing was like the girl character and D was a symbologist, and he's just all like looking at all of the destroyed vampire tech, and he just deciphers that he finds the 10 Commandments hidden away in, like, I don't know, a butt. And I'm just all like, who else would be in there? And now I'm just starting to picture this weird Scooby-Doo gang with Vampire Hunter D, the hand thing. Obviously there needs to be some form of character where everybody points and laughs at him. So obviously it has to be Catra. I mean, like, everybody hates on Catra for a good goddamn reason because it's Catra from Gundam Wing. I could pee on Catra and he'll just be like, what the hell's Magwanak? You guys know Magwanak Core in the post-apocalypse. And I'm starting to... Mind you, this is about, like... This was literally like not even 10 minutes ago, like 5 minutes ago. And I'm just like... What would their mystery machine be? Oh, it's probably the car from Black Lagoon. That one car Dutch drives, the Charger. And I'm just like, yeah. But who'd be the driver?
It's not a Charger. I thought it was like what's a Cadillac, right?
Oh, maybe it is a Cadillac. Either way, I'm just all like.
They're like driving around the thing. He's like Benny drives it most of the time, right?
Yeah, Benny drives it most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, that would be a cool car. Fuck the mystery machine, but who would be the driver of said car? It can't be Benny. Nor is it gonna be Dutch. But like, who do you guys think would be? Or do you want to travel down this rabbit hole, or do you just want to say, like, fuck it, let's change the subject now before I get too ensconced, let's say? Yes.
All I'm saying is that these type of things with vehicles, if we're trying to do a vehicle thing where there's vampires and shit, that's the most dangerous part you could be in. Because every time there's a vehicle shot, you take out the vehicle, you take out everyone inside that shit. Why the fuck would you want to be anywhere in a combined metal object? I'm just saying.
Well,
it's not like D's gonna die.
Yeah, D's not gonna die.
But everyone else is. I'm just saying.
Is that such a bad thing, though? Is that really such a bad thing? Is it really such a bad thing that Catra dies?
Why the hell weren't they prepared?
Wait, hold on. Captain, say again.
They solved mysteries. Why the hell weren't they prepared?
I don't know.
If you suddenly were going on a mission with D, you didn't research what the fuck that was? You didn't look up any D shit?
Any D shit?
I mean, if it's post-apocalyptic.
Not everyone knows what's going down. And if you're
But the thing is, if it's post-apocalyptic in D's world, D has probably been there for at least 1,000 years. I'm pretty sure someone in your family has saw
recognized him in like 5 seconds. And somehow, everyone didn't see this chick run away from a funeral. At the funeral.
Well, clearly, they just cared so much about family because you realize that whole group didn't appear till after T was with her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, they're not exactly the most watching. So the granddaughter running off, I could buy that. Nobody pays attention. It was a problem in the first place.
There's a giant guy dressed in black on a black horse with a brim hat.
But like she said, oh, my grandma told me that. So she probably talked about him like 60 billion times. But when you see him, nobody else looks the fuck like him. So it's not like you're ever confused. Well, okay, I'm sorry. I retract that. In novel form, you can be confused. Because somewhere around like book 16, he splits into two entities. And one is technically evil, but not really evil. It's just the darker side of him, but not so dark. Because it's not just mass murdering everyone, but it is still mass murdering specific things.
Well, I was actually going to ask, how the hell did that even happen?
Yeah, like...
It was a whole... the problem is, I'm not done with that part. So, technically, it was a whole plan that was set up by, quote-unquote, Dad, Dracula. In the past, he set up this whole thing for if he happened to visit there, which would create that. Because, as mentioned before, D is technically the only successful one of his versions of trying to have an heir. But there are other experiments that has happened, and he's taken other routes. So whenever you go through the stories, you're usually finding like Dracula's experiment equipments and all this stuff for shit he's done.
So if he splits up, does he still have that weird thing in his hand? And what the fuck is that thing? Like,
I don't know about the weird thing in his hand on the other one. I know D still has it. But the other one I don't know because it's still like D, so it's not like either of them really talk. They see each other and then swords fly. That's it's not like, hey, how you doing? Does your hand bug you? Like, no. They see each other and they do that stoic, I'm gonna stare at you, and then one of us is gonna strike the other one in the heart. That's how they encounter each other in most accounts until like way later in the book because Brent told me that. Then they kind of are like on okay terms because they both exist. But like I said, the other D is built from D, so it's not completely evil, even though it comes from him. It's just morally grayer than D normally is.
So it's like an it, if it's it was personified.
Yeah.
So
basically, it's like if D had the choice of fuck you, I'm not gonna save you and I'm gonna go, or I can save you and just kill everything here. He might choose to either be like, I'll just kill everything here, including you, or he might choose to fuck you for everything, and then the other D has to show up and fix it. So it's that's why I say he's not really evil, he's just morally gray. He has his own motives, but you don't really know them because he does that D thing where D is very introspective.
Oh my god.
If you have a second D roaming around and you're not in his introspective sense, you have no idea what the fuck he's thinking. Because D doesn't talk out.
The hand is talking all the time. I don't understand this hand. Like,
oh, well, that thing's technically, the way they explain it is like a parasite that is living in D, but in the whole cohabitation thing, so it gives him benefits and isn't really any drawbacks. You only get that because the book, which would be the one for Bloodlust's movie, in the actual book, they encounter that werewolf that has that mouth in the stomach. Yeah. It's the same kind of entity.
stealing?
When you go out of the sci-fi area and start leaning into the fantasy, they kind of just let you go with it and they don't try to explain it. But they're willing to explain all sci-fi aspects. So if a machine is built for something, they'll explain the intricacies of the machine. If some demon popped out of a hole, no, that demon just popped out. You just gotta accept demons are there. That's just how it goes.
Okay, so they have those mechanical horses, the cyber horses, right? So they can get killed. They get killed pretty easy.
Yeah.
How come his sword never breaks? I mean, like, the sword is not him. Like, how come his sword is, like, invincible?
It's supposedly a special sword, but I don't know all the specific details of it because he got it way back in the beginning. Like before the stories technically tell you, there's a flashback at some point in a later book about the first adventures that you don't read about in books yet. So in that, the sword is somewhat special. So that's why it never snaps. It's also why it's designed the fuck way it is. You don't see anybody else wielding a Sephiroth-like sword running around there.
Honestly, when I was first watching the movie, and then they had a scene, and it looked like the sword was talking, I'm like, does the sword talk? Before I knew what the hand.
Well, I mean, like,
I don't think you can handle that much. That's too much talking.
Honestly,
if the sword
I
can
would
talk...
accept it more so the sword talking than a hand. I mean, it's just some random old dude on a hand.
I'm just gonna straight up say it right now. If that sword starts talking, I'm just gonna be like, you're seriously gonna pull out the fucking Bleach? No, I'm done. I'm never gonna watch D again.
What you pull out is Excalibur, the annoying sword from
No.
Soul Eater.
No one needs that. No one needs that song. Ever. No. Screw his song. If you can visually see me, I would be making the face you make when he appears. That is the... You can stop the B footage for a second and pull up the face. It is necessary.
Okay. I hit stop on the B footage.
Soul Eater, Excalibur reaction.
Oh my god, yeah.
Okay. Soul Eater, Excalibur, reaction. Reaction face? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Where am I? Oh. Is that it?
Yeah,
I
like
think
that.
many people were more pissed with the Harlem Suzumiya the 8 episode.
You need to see all the expression.
Oh. Should I actually... Oh.
That is the face you make about it.
Oh my god.
Yes. Even the fucking sun and moon.
That looks like Vampire D's hand. Does it not?
It's just that. That is the expression if he shows the fuck up. That you will see that on my face.
Okay.
But it would make sense. So Excalibur's there for thousands of years. D lives for thousands of years.
But D can't make that face, so I can't think that they can work
Well,
together.
that's what the hand's for. The hand makes the face.
Oh, hell no.
Well, okay. Like, I saw that face. I still think Yelena face is still, yeah. Because Yelena face. Bobbert, have you seen Yelena face yet?
Who?
Yelena face? Alright, hold on.
Yellow in the face?
Yelena.
Yellow in the face or Helen the face? Like Helen of Troy?
No, Yelena face.
Like it's
That.
actually as it.
That face. That face.
He's like, oh.
Hey, what is that? Yeah, I've seen that face before.
Yeah, it's Attack on Titan, Season 4.
Ukiyo-e, that type of drawing from Japan.
Yeah.
Look at that face. That is, hell, don't even get me started on Aaron face.
If you wanted a face that would either strike fear or make you be like, what the fuck is that? That is a face.
Yep.
That is, if someone walked up and just made that face to you, you might run. You don't.
Dude, if
know what that face
a
means.
hot chick came up, waved that face, and then started hitting herself, like in the chest,
Nope.
Mm-mm.
please why? trouble.
That's how black people die. Try to investigate that. Screw that.
Yeah.
I don't need to solve that mystery. That mystery can be one of the wonders of the world.
One of the wonders of the world.
I mean, if you're gonna do a black mystery machine thing where they're doing injustice, it's like, hey, mystery's over, you're black.
What the? Okay, wow. Okay, Bomber.
And you would have got away with it too if it wasn't for the judicial system and it instituted.
Jesus. Oh my God. But in the world of anime, let's move away from D and Attack on Titan and let's try to just focus on another, because like I started watching Golden Boy again.
You know, I haven't finished. Like, I always start watching it, and then I end up watching something, not in a bad way, but like I get caught into something else, and then I keep not going back. Because it's the same with me in Epo.
I don't know that anime.
Because I'm somewhere around like season 2. It's just so long. Is it?
Well, Golden Boy isn't long.
It's so long.
Golden Boy isn't long. It only had like 6 episodes to its name.
Well, no. I'm talking about how I end up getting trapped in other series. That's why. Like I said, I started watching it, and then I think it was around like episode 4. Some other shows started coming out, and I started watching that, and I didn't wander back. And then I watched like episode 5, and then went off to another show like that thing.
Well,
So I'm not done, but that's just my fault.
Farragon. Wow, hold on. Let me try that again. Let me try to English. Fair enough. Jesus. Because, well, I mean, like, I originally started watching it, and then I came across, what the fuck is it called? Legend of Vox Machina. That new Amazon show that takes place in medieval fantasy or whatever.
I remember hearing about that.
I mean,
I did not watch that. I was like, on Netflix, I'm out.
well, it's, for the record, I mean, like, it's not, like, I watched it, like, I was watching the first episode, and it was kind of, like, they went the funny angle, but, like, the characters do kind of come into their own as the season progresses, so it's not...
That was the one where there was, like, a bunch of misfits together as a band of, like, people, right?
Yeah, like, what's her like, I don't know, it must be said, I do not remember any of the character names whatsoever, so that's obviously a bad thing.
It was almost like Ocean's 11, but with, like, a bunch of rejects.
No, it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. Like, one of the twins...
Ocean 11.
Well, one of the their pet is a bear. Named... Fuck, I don't even remember the bear's name.
Is it an actual bear that can actually fight, or is it like...
No, it's a bear that can fight.
Comedy relief.
They alternate between who's comedy relief and who isn't. Like, for instance, the bard character, they have like a bard in there that sings tales of Vox Machina, but then like he'll do the joking for a lot of it, but like then out of nowhere they'll make the half giant be the do the jokes, whereas
So they do a kind of long horizon approach.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
Okay, I get what you mean. Where kind of the interchange between funny and serious just on the beat, and so each character can just do it.
Yeah.
If they needed to. Okay.
Pretty much. I mean,
what's a half giant look like? Like slightly taller than a normal person? Like,
hey, I'm not saying it's not retard logic. I mean, yeah, the dude's obviously a Kratos wannabe from like the old God of War days, but like he's
before the child ruined him.
Yeah, before the child ruined him. God,
He had to be an adult.
which
Had to care about people and be like, oh,
Before he walked in figure like a woman, see? We're gender fluid here.
yeah, we're gender fluid here. Okay, Robert, I will give you that. That was actually funny.
That's going to be pretty interesting too, because eventually, look, God of War, the newer one's been out for long enough, so I'm sorry, spoilers, whatever. Yeah. So,
Yes.
Yeah. You can already see it.
Loki's
You
got to
already
give
got the
birth
point.
to a snake, a horse,
Oh, whoa.
a half-rotted corpse. So there's going to be some gender fluidity. It's going to be.
I'm just saying, right now, we're calling the LGBTQ already has their production money in the hands of someone trying to do a cast thing. And they're like, damn it, Ellen DeGeneres is too old for this shit.
Oh.
We're too late to get that shit from Juno because he became a god. No, that's perfect. That shit
Yeah,
from
you can.
Juno.
Yeah.
But Ellen's a bitch anyway, so.
He's Ellen something. He became Elliot or whatever.
Yeah, Ellen Page became Ellen.
Yeah,
Yeah, see? Perfect. We already got the casting thing right there.
I guess.
And I like him anyway. So I'm fine with that.
I mean, if you do it for right now, or maybe not right now, I don't know. How old is she right now? She's like 27. Yeah, it's fine.
Who, Elliot? Wait, who are we talking about again?
We were talking about making a movie for who played Atreyu if they did a God of War sequence on a movie screen.
Oh.
Trying to get into it, kind of like how Spider-Man with Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing. That LGBTQ can get their issues in, plus people are going to go for God of War. Plus, people know there's going to be a lot of feedback on Reddit and Twitter talking about how they're ruining God of War games with this movie. Like, it works for everyone.
Yeah, it's true. It'll get the most promotion it can possibly ever get.
That is so true.
Especially considering the fact that it leads into mythology. It doesn't even matter which one they pick to continue. They
Exactly.
can pick some Marion history and throw Kratos in there. Everybody's going to come. There's not going to be any question.
It's going to get more publicity than when they did Ghostbusters with the female cast, right? Like,
Yeah. Even though that turned out to not be their best investment. Which is kind of... I didn't watch it, so I can't judge it. The actors independently, I do like them.
yeah, like
But I didn't think anything about, like, them combined.
Well, for the record, you know that movie actually made a profit, right?
Yeah. No, I know it actually made a profit and everything, but when they compare it to the franchise, they feel like it's not a current.
What?
That's why that
they
other
did the
movie's
live
taking off in a
action
different
one.
direction, basically.
Well, first of all, the only good Ghostbusters movie was the first one. The second one was shit.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. It's like,
The
with cash grab.
even when you go look on cable TV, the first one's the only one that keeps getting aired.
yeah.
Because they know if you're going to get someone to watch it, you're either going to do that or you're going to break out the old cartoon. Those are the two.
Oh yeah, with some high C ectoplasm orange. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can still catch that with kids now. That would change. It's not that far off from what our current cartoons are. It just needs some better animation.
Well, so you can say, oh yeah, that's true. But like, my God, did we fight the shit that I was doing with Thundercats?
Oh, God.
When they did the animated one, the TV show, or when they came back with the hardened, darker anime, or
No, well, like I did bring that up. Okay, so here's the context. Me and Captain K, we were doing our it was Disgaea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was just all like, what if fucking Snarf started tripping balls? He's like, I'm tripping balls, Lino! Snarf! Jugga, help me! Jugga comes up, he's all like, what do you want? What's going on with Uncle Snarf? Well, Lino, he accidentally licked a wrong toad, and now he's on acid. What do I do, Jugga? You have two options, Lino. You can either help your uncle through this like a real leader should, or you can watch this video of Chitara showering and pleasuring herself that I have. I'm going to help. Wait, Chitara takes the video. He's all like, Thundercats, ho!
I would think you would do if Snarf was tripping. Now you can get in. He'd be like, I saw a couple cats in a Tomcat F-14. So a SWAT cats crossover.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things we were bringing up, because, like, SWAT Cats is coming back, and I was just like, oh, fucking badass. I mean, I guess. I was...
Great, but how come no one ever questioned? How the fuck are they keep getting these missiles? Where they just building it? up? Like, is there no government regulatory, like, there sound like, I mean,
I don't know. I do remember the female cat that the two brothers were fighting over was yes.
Yes.
wait, yeah, okay, it's two cats who work in a garbage dump. They're sanitation commercial that this happened to have an F-14.
Yeah, it's.
What you do?
Well, I mean, like, it's not like Megas XLR. Well, that's not fair. Megas XLR was fucking fantastic, and it made a shitload more sense than Thundercats. I mean, Thundercats, Smart Cats.
Kiva's her whole being back there fixes a lot, and then the fact that even she starts to kind of be like turning into them a little bit, you're like, okay, I like this. I like it. She's getting a little lazy. She's understanding the love of Ices and slush. Like, yeah.
Doug, hey guys, it's supposed to be anime debate. Fuck you. First of all, like, there were portions of anime in Megas XLR when they literally made fun of Sailor Moon. Second, if American anime or Western anime does exist, I mean, hell, did everybody forget fucking Totally Spies? Anyway, the point is,
At Mecha XLR, they could just do a crossover with Black Lagoon when you're talking about that driving that car that Benny has. That could turn into a mecha.
Well, yeah. But I heard like XLR. I heard the creator really wanted XLR to be a comic series, which is what he got anyway, because like the series is still ongoing as a comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like that gives it more to do what it wants to do.
Oh fuck yeah.
Because it's not that. Usually, whatever media you start in one way or another, will still limit you until you start branching out.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if you're like, oh, we got a show, okay, but technically, not everybody can watch shows when they want to. Not everybody's going to air your show.
Yeah.
So a movie would be better, because a movie can air everywhere. But a movie only lasts so long, so people are only going to see you for so much.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be better to be on, like, a reoccurring streaming so it just keeps going. Like,
Yeah.
each thing that's something new, you'll have to be like, well, I need more people to see me. So you just keep throwing yourself stuff.
Yeah. I mean, like, still, I mean, like, if Megas XLR Season 3, like, said it was coming out, I'd watch it. I mean, hell, I'm watching Shenmue anime, and I'm just all like, why am I watching the Shenmue anime?
Because it's the anime and it's not the game.
Yeah.
No, like, even when I found out about it and I was watching, there was somebody I was watching on YouTube, but they addressed the fact that its existence was there, and that's wholeheartedly what they even acknowledge. They're like, it's not me playing the game, so I'm gonna give it a chance, because the anime might do it different, like in how they do it, to where you're like, yeah, I'm into it, because I'm not doing it.
Yeah. For those who are wondering, if anyone's a Shenmue fan, is like, oh, Doug, how could, like, Shenmue's fantastic. It's fantastic if you put up with Shenmue's bullshit. And if you think that's, because I'm a Shenmue fan, excluding Part 3. Fuck Shenmue 3. But, like, yeah, I'm a Shenmue fan. I can still say I'm a Shenmue fan. But, like, even I know, like, yeah, you have to put up with its bullshit. But I'm still happy that they're... But I retract my earlier statement. I said that Rio wasn't looking for sailors. Yeah, no, that's not the case. There were sailors now. He actually did look for some sailors. Yes, he looked for sailors.
They fixed the complaint without you.
I mean, I guess. For the record, like, I get what they were trying to do. They tried to characterize Rio, and I'm just all like, that's actually, admirable, but, like, because Rio... He's not a good character. I mean, he really isn't a good character. He isn't! Like, no matter how much you try to say otherwise, he's not... He's just a block of wood. Like, yeah. Ren was a better character.
And that's why it's probably easier in anime form, because they can give him more character through shaping things around it than when you're playing it, and it's just...
Yeah. Still...
Just sitting in the... Like... It's gonna sound very awkward in comparison, but it makes sense. Even the first 3 episodes, not three, sorry, no, I have to remember how they're formed. Even any 3 later episodes of talking, just traveling, still has more personality.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No. Yes, of course. It's Kenshiro.
Kenshiro doesn't even have to say anything. He's walking through the fucking desert, and you'll still be like, wow.
Yeah. Yes. This is Kenshiro. Oh my God.
I
It's.
just mean, like, in that sense, you get more of a vibe. You get more intense atmosphere what he's going through. Rio's kind of just in the location that he's in, and stuff happens. And so then he's like, all right.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh man.
So I guess that's my reasoning for never being, like, hooked on it. Was just, it's like, stuff happens and you're there. It's like, okay, well, glad you dealt with it, but I don't care. Like, that could have not happened, and I still would have been fine. So, yeah.
I'm just weirded out with some of the character redesigns. Like Nozomi has has short brown hair as opposed to the long hair she had, and she doesn't have the dimples anymore. Dude, fucking Tom of the hot dog stand. Oh my God! Like I was listening to because I was watching the Japanese dub. The way he. I mean, it's every now and again it'll just be like, oh, or yeah, and I'm just like, did they really think that's how black people talk in Nihon? I mean, like, come the fuck on.
I mean, to be fair, they're in Nihon, and they probably get rep.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's why I said they probably don't just run into people all the time. They get what the media is, which means they have a represent. Because if you watch old Japanese movies, anytime, even in like horror, gore type movies, and there was a moment that they felt like putting that black character on there or something that's supposed to symbolize that black character, oh yeah, you might take offense. Except you just realize they probably don't have them, so it's not offensive in that sense. They just are working with what they thought.
Well, the counter that I have to that is literally Dutch, like from Black Lagoon's Dutch. He's like
That was the one for when they did that game with that Nazi guy. Like, let's play that game. It's like, you know what it's gonna go to. Yup.
But see, the counter to that is a movie called Frankenstein Girl versus Vampire Girl. And there is a group in that school of Japanese girls that purposely have blackface and wigs because they like black people.
Oh my God.
They get killed later, and it's not offensive in the sense that they're trying to be offensive, but they are trying
They
to
like dressing like that. Yeah, they show that all the time. Those girls that like dressing with the dark makeup and blonde hair and shit and getting lips. And yeah, it does seem offensive, but
it's like you have to take it in the context that it would be for them. Yeah.
It's weird.
Because there's been times where I was like, oh, and then it's like, okay, well, let me think about it. Like, it's not like they go down to the corner store and go talk to people all the fuck time, so they gotta work with what they get. And if you get an interpretation of something, which unfortunately is the majority of how our media throws out, I mean, if you turn around and if they saw Tyler Perry, would you expect them to think a good representation?
But
K-pop has not helped. I mean, I like K-pop, but BTS is totally jacking off our shit, and that was
no, they've been creeping hard. I've been noticing this. I'd hear a song and I'd think it's a rap song, and then I'd hear their voices, and I'm like, wait, what?
But unfortunately, we are out of time. Doug, what about we do the things an hour? Unfortunately, this weekend, Captain K has his own thing. I still have my own shit, which is why we're only doing a 35-minute Slab Lounge this week. Does that mean it's the end of the anime debate? Oh no! Episode 4 of New Hope is coming. Damn it.
Yeah, no, we just gotta...
Yeah. Ah, shit.